So I wasn't going to vlog anything on this because it doesn't really fit with the theme of the channel or the kind of upbeat tone that I like to keep with my vlogs. But you know, it is something that is going on right now, and it is something that is impacting myself and my family, as well as, you know, a lot of other people in my home state right now. So I figured I'd go ahead and record a little something and kind of show some pictures and video that I was able to take and gather of what's going on. But the topic that I'm referring to is the Waldo Canyon fire that's happening right now near Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is the town that I grew up in, and which is where, you know, a lot of my family is at right now. So basically, this fire started last Saturday, I believe, and you know, myself and my wife and my in-laws were actually visiting my folks in Colorado Springs when this fire started, and we were actually up at the Renaissance Festival up in Larkspur, and we were driving down I-25 in the afternoon and saw the massive you know, column of smoke coming up, and you know, as we got closer and closer to my parents' house, we realized that, you know, this is a massive fire that was happening. And the closer we got, you know, the bigger it looked. And then we began seeing, you know, lines of cars, you know, people that were leaving the area. And that was pretty surreal. But what really kind of drove it home that, you know, this is something that was big and something that, you know, was scary and going on right now, is we were driving past the south entrance to the Garden of the Gods, which is Ridge Road, and they actually had it blocked off. They closed down the whole park and nobody was allowed in. So I was able to record some news, some kind of live news as it was happening, and I'm not sure if it's a violation, a copyright violation, to show that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and show it, and if YouTube wants to make me take it down, that's fine.
Anders, we do have some new information right now. It's a name change, if you will. Was being called the Pyramid Mountain Fire. We're learning that it's now being called the Waldo Canyon Fire. Of course, earlier this afternoon, it was reported by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office that they were dealing with 150 acres on fire. You heard from Scott Harrison just a few minutes ago that that may have ballooned up to about 600 acres because of just how rapid that this is spreading. There are already some evacuations in place, including the Cedar Heights neighborhood and also the Divide area on the other side of the El Paso County and Teller County line. We are being told that those areas must leave because of the firefighting efforts and the way it's spreading. They are under mandatory evacuations just west of Manitou Avenue and Highway 24. Emergency officials want you to know that Garden of the Gods Park as well as Pikes Peak are closed to the public right now. They specifically want people to stay off of Rampart Range Road from both Colorado Springs and Woodland Park. There's not a lot of room in that area, so fire crews need all the space they can have for a response to that fire.
So, you know, that was pretty scary, and that was last Saturday that was all going down. And, you know, unfortunately, everybody had to be back to work on Monday, so, you know, we ended up having to leave to come back here to Illinois on Saturday. You know, drove through the night and Saturday and got in Sunday. And by Monday, it seemed like it was, you know, the fire, they were getting a better handle on it. It was moving north towards the Air Force Academy, and it has continued to move north through the week. And then if I have everything straight, it started blowing back south and kind of southeast. Overnight, it like doubled in size between Wednesday night, Thursday morning, I guess, is when it did the majority of its damage. But it has destroyed over 300 homes now, I believe, in the Mountain Shadows area, which is crazy because that's pretty close to, you know, where I went to high school. But this is pretty surreal because this area that I'm showing right now, where these houses are on fire, it's not very far from where I grew up, and it's an area that I used to drive by, you know, quite frequently when I lived in Colorado Springs. So, you know, it's pretty crazy to see this coming over the news, and our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that's affected by this. It's a real disaster. But fortunately, nobody has been hurt, as far as I know. The last update that I saw on the news a few minutes ago, it said that there had been 0 injuries associated with this fire, which is amazing when you consider the size and the power of this, this fire. It's burned, I forget how many thousands of acres it said. Yeah, I think there's like 20-some thousand people that have been evacuated. My parents were under pre-evacuation notice, which is basically, you have time to gather your stuff, and get ready to evacuate. When you actually get the evacuation notice, they want you out of there pretty quickly, so you don't have a whole lot of time to run around and grab stuff. So my parents actually, got their stuff together and got out. And as far as we know, the house is still okay. It looks like the fire hasn't made it down quite that far, and the Garden of the Gods Park is still okay, which is great, which is wonderful, because growing up not too far away from that area, I spent a lot of time up there in the Garden of the Gods, rock climbing and hiking, and it's really a special area, a very inspiring area to me. But it's really sad that much of the forest is being destroyed, because it's such a beautiful country up there. But at the same time, it is part of nature, and it is part of the cycle of things where the forests get clean and that sort of thing. But it's still sad to see that happen. So anyways, I just wanted to do kind of a quick update, kind of a in-between vlog to let everybody know what's going on in the DragonBone universe and in my home state. I'm currently living in Illinois, but my ties to Colorado are very strong, and I'm very proud to be a native-born Coloradoan. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that is being affected by this, and we hope that they can get it under control and get it out here pretty soon.